I want to thank the board for taking consideration of moving my item up. I want to thank the board for putting it on the agenda for consideration, and I think this is commendable of the attitude. I want to thank Ms. Jacobs for the support of what I believe is going to be a benefit to all in-state auctioneers. I think that at some point in time we're going to have to give grace to those who need mercy. And I think that this particular item on the agenda would give those auctioneers a break that are overdue. I mean, with the amount of surplus that we have in our kitty, I think this is something that, you know, reduction of about 20,000 if we give these auctioneers a break. We've got great support by it, and I think that it's going to be really beneficial to all of the auctioneers that are in state, and it won't affect anything, and you know, it'll keep active auctioneers active at least for another year. Because I mean, you know, you saw those two guys that are out of state that did not renew because of the healthy fines and things that they have to pay. I think that we have to be a little more compassionate and considerate about building the auction industry and not tearing it down. Giving some incentives like these would help the in-state auctioneers who have contributed for the last 11 years for me, and for others maybe even longer, to see some type of benefit coming back to them. And I think this is something that I would ask the board to really consider. I know y'all didn't come prepared to vote on it, but it would be nice if I can walk out of here knowing that 2017 this board does something that would be beneficial to the licensees of this state for the next year. And I would just ask that each board give their support towards what I've asked and what we've legislated to propose to the board.
I already told you that I'm in favor of not raising it and keeping it at $50. So
I greatly appreciate your support, Ms. Jacobs. We circumvented out that you know, what we're doing and what we're trying to do. I brought it to the board, Mr. Chairman, on several occasions while sitting on the board and while being here. And I just ask that the board would take it seriously to consider it with the amount of money we have. And you know, I think it would be something that the auctioneers could walk away and say, hey, guess what? I appreciate what you all done. At least once. And just see the sentiment of it. And then from there, we can see whether or not it will be beneficial for the next time. I mean, I think, you know, we already have enough to deal with, regulations and things like that. If you keep increasing bonds and all these other things, you know, you're going to flush all the ones who in it for the hobby, and many just for just saying that they can maintain a license. You know, I mean, everybody's not business oriented. Everybody's not in it. Some people just want to keep a license to say, hey, I'm a licensed auctioneer in the state of Louisiana, which is a commendable thing. And so this would be one way of securing our auctioneer base, especially resident auctioneers in the state, by giving them a break. And I just pray that this board would find favor with my proposal and allow this to happen for us. Thank you very much. Any questions from the board?
Just one. That's what I'm making sure we're clear. The amount is 150, not 50.
I'm sorry.
Okay.
That is not increased anymore.
No, it's not increased. It is
right.
They wanted to lower it to $2,000.
Yes.
And you all do have in your packets some bank account information, just so if you're wondering when they refer to how much money we have on hand. You have a sheet that says bank account information. It lists out for you our two different bank accounts with their dollar amounts. And also I put on here for you a motion from 2012 that set up one of the accounts as a capital outlay to purchasing a future building and or office equipment at the regular budget does not cover. So I'll put those things on here so you can see that our main operating account balance is $182,000. The additional account, which is the $101,000, is the account that was set aside for building or office equipment.
As I understand it, we decided not to purchase anything, is that correct? That was my understanding from previous meetings, which would bring the amount of the surplus to what, 300?
Right at 300. And that was
My
also
understanding
done.
is that there was a statute change that would need to occur to purchase a building, and that has not occurred, but there has not been a vote from this board to eliminate the previous motion of how to delegate these funds.
Mr.
Well, we
Chairman.
still have the money though, it's in there, but we just can't use it for that purpose. It's in there.
This was all brought about too at the time was because the former governor was reaching out trying to pull money. This was a way of us pushing money aside that he couldn't put his hand in. It was never the legitimate intent, I think, because it hadn't been, we went out and started seeking to buy a building, land to do what we were going to do. But that was never the case. But what we're asking right now does not affect that, does not take away from that. What we're trying to do now seems like nobody wants to give the auctioneer a break. I think this is what's going to do it, and I think that the board needs to take serious consideration because the numbers are there. And what Ms. Jacobs said, it's right there, it's factual, actual. So I just hope that the board will give careful consideration. If it could have been voted on today, I would appreciate it because I think we have the support of the auction industry, especially in-state auctioneers who are not opposing. We did have two that said they would pay $500 license fees if it was there, but
That's not me.
that's very much. And the ones who said that probably wouldn't do it anyway. But it's just the fact that this is a great incentive for LALB to really show Louisiana auctioneers who have supported the promotion of this state through renewed constantly year after year, giving them an opportunity to do so.
So, I mean, your point to the fact that we have a surplus of money in the bank and that hobby auctioneers can afford it, correct?
Not only the hobby auctioneer, but even professional auctioneers who may be in crisis. You know,
I mean,
everybody shop with coupons. You know why they use coupons? Because it allows them to save. This is no more than a coupon giving an auctioneer an opportunity to save.
So are you suggesting just doing it for a allotted amount of time and then upping it back to 150?
Yes, I actually just want to let's get it through the door the first time, and then let's see how the auctioneers respond.
And then vote on it every year.
Yeah, and that's all. I mean,
But to raise it, don't we have to go back to?
no,
legislation?
it has to go.
Go through
Regulation.
rules and
Yeah, we won't have to do anything.
we'll have to do something.
No, it doesn't, yeah, you have to, it can't be done by just a vote, you have to go through the rulemaking process as part of our regulations. So you would have to promulgate the rule, wait the 6 months. One thing we have to keep in mind, we have to send out renewals in September, October, so if we change the fee, it has to be complete by the time we send out renewals, so we have that.
I mean, we've been looking at this
Right.
for years.
You vote to issue a regulation, and then you go through the process, and then, which normally takes about 6 months.
I know as chairman you can't vote, but I have to say I'm different opinion with Ms. Jacobs. I'm opposed to lowering it. I mean, if this is a professional industry, if we're going to be helping hobbyists keep the license, I mean, how professional are they going to be as a hobby? I have to maintain, my vote today, if I could vote, would be to maintain it at 150. I mean, and honestly, no offense to you, Mr. Phillips, or any other auctioneer, I have talked to auctioneers about, but if $100 over a whole year makes a difference of whether or not you're in business or not, maybe you need to question whether or not you should be in an industry of that. I know it's not a popular statement, but that is personally my sentiments, and that's, you know, I just want to get that out there for the board to vote on.
Mr. Chairman, I would rebuttal the statement in your opinion could be correct, but I didn't say hobbyists. I said many of them enjoy the hobby of auctioneering. You missed what I said. It's the hobby of auctioneering, not as a hobby. And this, you know, in this profession.
Again, I mean, I don't look at anything that I do in the auction industry as a hobby. That's what
But
it is.
it's your full-time
Yeah,
profession,
that's,
Yeah.
and you do very well at it. But
Yeah.
some of us, it's not our full-time profession.
Yeah,
I
and so,
understand what you're coming from.
yeah, and I mean, it's not offensive in any way for those who are in it or not, but let's be honest, this one-time reduction is not gonna hurt us. It's gonna help the auctioneer, and it's gonna be an incentive. What if they don't renew? What if they can't? Then what's gonna happen with our surplus? It's gonna start going down. So we have to be considerate on both sides in proposing, projecting, and then planning. Because at the end of the day, it's hindsight that allows us to look out. We've been doing this for a while. And giving a break one time is not gonna change the total outlay of what this board is gonna do after this. And this one time is not gonna help. Hurt the auctioneer, help the board, or hurt the board. That's the fact. We're not losing 12 to 20,000 in reduction with the auctioneers renewing. So it's not a major issue. But I mean, I understand what you're saying, and I respect your opinion in that regard, but let's be honest, it's not gonna kill us. That's all I'm saying. And I think every once in a while, even the federal government, even the state gives incentives such as this to help people along the way. And that's all we're doing. I mean, the whole state, I mean, especially East Baton Rouge Parish, the whole state is going under, you know, some type of crisis. And so this is just an incentive, it's a coupon.
I've got a question, just because I don't know how it would go down, but could we incentivize them to purchase a 3 or 5 year license and reduce it if they bought it up front?
That would require change of statute.
That's correct.
Where the annual license is.
Yeah. So that was one of the hindsight that I had when I said it.
And you get out of bargain, I think that's a big deal.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it'd just be us changing the statute, or does that have to go to legislation?
That's
You have to go back to the legislature.
We could not do that
That's
by
a
regulation.
Let me ask this, Mr. Chairman. Would it be feasible if we had both running concurrent, that the auctioneer could do either or and get both of them like that, and get that incentive?
I mean, it's open for discussion, but that was just what popped
Well,
up.
I think it's a good suggestion, but that would be beneficial because you'll still get the benefits in making that sacrifice. That's how many of the bonds are. They're 3 to 5 instead of the individual 1 year bond. It costs you much more. So that's the incentive. All we're trying to do is give the auctioneers an incentive and a break, and I think this is one of the easiest way to do it with a $50 renewal for 1 year. And I think that would be something with compassion. I mean, you step on a man while he's down, you're not trying to help him up. We don't know the state of everybody.
Well, that's particularly in lieu of the flooding, massive flooding that you've had in Jefferson Parish, in Livingston Parish, and in Baton Rouge. I mean, 80% of the homes are destroyed here, and people are trying to put their lives back together. And New Orleans is still struggling, as Mr. Sims brought up. We're not back on our feet yet.
I mean, I'd love to bring it to a vote today, yes, but we do not have to.
Somebody make a motion, don't even make a motion.
I think you probably need more discussion on it.
Make your
I would like to
Make your
move to
motion.
defer
You don't like to vote,
it
stay
until,
and
and
do it later.
I would like to move to defer it until we have more discussion, and I'd like to get more information.
You're not gonna be able to get any regulations for you of what she's telling you. You ain't got the time. You can vote it today, you can get it. So the renewal got to go out
Then I would
in
make a
September.
motion to reduce it to $50 a person on a bond.
$50 a lot.
Just what would it be?
A license.
Do next year, when we have to vote again to raise it back.
Politically, it's
Put us
probably
in-
difficult,
That's what I'm
but
getting
you could theoretically issue regulations each year and change it each year.
And
It's
that's
just
not,
complicated and expensive, because they charge us by the line still.
Yes, they do charge you by the line, and especially when you're dealing with dollar amounts, that is something that goes before legislative committees, and they will certainly look at why are you increasing. They won't look at the fact that the
That was
prior
my
year you
fun.
decreased it.
If we reduce it, it kind of puts us in a box where it makes it really difficult to raise it back.
It would, politically, yeah, it's legally feasible to do it on an annual basis. It's politically not.
and if both line items were put in for this year and go back next year, then that legislation would be understood at that point. So we won't have to go back and ask them to do it again.
I don't know if you can do it that way. They'd have to write it so it would be a temporary situation.
Well, take it one time and then have it to revert back.
Mr. Burke, 1 minute.
I'm assuming no one read the Attorney General's opinion that I referenced. You do not have to go back year after year. It says the word may, M-A-Y. That means the board has the discretion to charge up to. It is correct that some time back, I don't even recall a vote being taken for this, and I have every video and every minute, but the board went in and promulgated to change it in the rules, not the statute, to the word shall. All you've got to do is go back into the rules, put the word may in there where you put in the word shall, and you've got the permissibility. Yes, you do, Ms. Dow. You've already can do it by way of statute because the statute trumps a rule. But now you're right, politically, you know, it may be difficult to raise it.
You have to set it officially in the regulations.
You have to change it back to the word may. The statute still says may.
Mr. Burns, please don't interrupt.
Oh, I've never been interrupted, but go ahead. I do apologize. That's never happened with me. Now go ahead, Ms. Dow.
Be able to issue basically an invoice for a fee, you have to have it set. And it is set by regulation since the statute only sets a ceiling. In other words, you can't go above the 150 per year. And once you set it, you can set it theoretically for 1 year, but it sort of throws things into a flux if you don't set on a regular basis. In other words, it's going to be $50 an hour, it's going to be $75 an hour. There may be some other things you can do with it, but it has to be set specifically. The legislature has chosen not to set it, the way we wrote it, at a specific amount per year. It simply said, gave us a ceiling. You may assess, which you read to me, may assess up to 150 per year for an individual auctioneer. The fees as set in the regulation says you shall charge the 150, which gives you that you're basically assessing the fee at the maximum amount per year at the present time. What we would have to do if we wanted to change that would be to promulgate regulations, which would start the process to change the section of the regulation setting the maximum, the mandatory fee each year. We would go through the process, going to the legislature, going out for hearing, et cetera. And if there are no objections from any of those parties, either on a hearing or at the legislature, then it would be promulgated and officially to register for the 2018 and after year.
Do we have what other states are charging? I don't feel like we're out of line.
No, we're pretty online with quite a few. I mean, some are lower, but I don't have it right here in front of me. You know, it is something.
Yes. It's actually, that's what we looked at when we said it. Now, there's been some back, but I don't think a lot of the states have changed.
I mean, I've got a Arkansas, Mississippi, and Texas auction go out on my list.
Mississippi's a little bit more.
Yeah.
But, you know, I think we can facilitate it over the same money, but there's the only thing in Mississippi we have to realize.
That's correct.
Mississippi requires a lot more than we do. You actually have to get someone, and you know, to almost post a property bond. It's quite more stringent.
It is also supposed to be the case that this board is not supposed to run a profit. You put that word in quotes. Nevertheless, it has done so for 8 years, and it's ran pretty significant profits, which is how this board has accumulated the funds that it does. I don't know why there's such strong opposition to this. I just know there is every single time we come in. I would hope it's not that he is the one who has been proposing it. Nevertheless, given what I'm seeing negative sentiment, if it fails again, well, actually, I've made up my mind based on what I've heard here today. Governor Edwards would, I'm sure, not take advice from me. There's already been one legislator who went in and attempted to grab the surplus that this board has. The state has current mid-year budget cuts. If you don't want to return it to the auctioneers, fine. I don't want to be taxed, and I know that's where we're coming from this governor that we've got. We're going to have more taxes and a special assessment. So I'm going to recommend to him that he grab the surplus.
I'm going to ask you a question. Are you threatening this board, Mr. Burns?
I'm going to,
Are you threatening this board?
I am a consumer. I have the right.
No, you're not. Are you threatening this board?
I would note the elevated tone.
I don't care what, I'm not going to apply for a tone of voice, but I'm going to tell you right now, I just took that as a threat.
That's fine. I'm going to recommend
Don't
that.
threaten me, Mr. Burns.
I can do what I want. I didn't physically threaten you in any way, and I have a right to say the fiscal affairs of this board have a right to speak on. I find it interesting you had such a hostile reaction to it. Yeah. I mean, it's been year after year.
I still have time to turn.
So I am going to make that recommendation, Mr. Sims.
Reduce it to 50.
Well, now I see you toning it down a little, huh?
$50, that was my motion.
I'm about to have enough.
Oh, really? Well, that makes two of us.
It's approximately 6 months.
I think the only motion on the floor was mine, which was to reduce the license to $50. there another motion?
What were you getting at?
Well, I was asking what was our time frame, so we have 6 months window.
Approximately, yes. It
So
would
starting
depend
from
on
today-
when we would next get in our,
See, it requires it has to be posted in the register. The
Right.
register has a deadline, so we've already, January is finished, now you have February, that's posted February 20th. It's the next register, that has to have public comment, and after public comment, then you have to get, it has to be sent to the appropriate committee in the legislature, and they have a right to have a hearing. But that's not always the way it works. So it, as a timeline, you're talking 6 months probably. Just
You
to
really
say.
have to get it on there now. Right.
You're gonna try to do it to have it for your
Right, I
renewals.
understand.
it would be pushing to the limit. We've done it before, after, you know, the first meeting of the year, but it is unlikely that we'd get it in without delaying our renewal. And our statute does require renewals to go out at a certain time.
Let me say this, and Mr. Chairman, I'm gonna sit down, I appreciate your support. And like I said, I don't come in here to raise my voice, get organization, competition. Came with a very popular proposal that I felt was feasible. And at the end of the day, you know, we look at this and then, you know, we have discourse that, to me, unprofessional, unwanted, that are not supposed to be taking place in these type of settings. But yet, we don't do anything about it. Here we're trying to do something that's positive to reflect the image of the LALP in a more broader light that people could appreciate being a part of this particular entity in our state. You know, we have to bring some integrity back and traditional. It doesn't have to always be at one another's throats or verbiage that is not acceptable in the language of communication, tones that are not appropriate. I mean, sir, in all my years, I may have raised my voice once, very modest. But I've been slandered, I've been thrown all over the place, said to whatever. You know, we don't come here for this. In all my years of being an auctioneer licensed in the state, I've never came here to do nothing but try to help the industry, not hurt it.
But I think what we need to do is to vote on that.
Yes, ma'am, and that's what I'm saying, but I mean, you know, for the cause friction in the meeting, because I'm trying to do something and having all this, you know,
We
sometimes.
appreciate you addressing the whole.
Yes, ma'am, you know, it's not, I don't come here for this.
Right, we understand.
Yes, sir, Mr. Brewster.
We have a second first, that's first, and we have a second.
And can I get a little bit louder of what he just?
To drop it to 50.
Anybody second that motion?
I said it.
Yeah, that's
Second,
what I thought.
Mr. Second.
So
So you seconded the $50.
substitute motion.
Yeah.
Substitute motion.
She would have to withdraw her verbiage and substitute.
So we do vote on hers?
We'll have to
Oh,
hear
the
this.
substitute first, but
No, my motion has to go on because I've had a second. They're voting on mine right now.
You brought it up.
And the second motion
One second.
is by Mr. Lockett to drop it to 100, right?
It was by Mr. Brister.
Mr. Bristol.
Mr. Briscoe is to drop it. Right, we have two motions on the floor. Right. Mine's been seconded.
If you have to
need a,
You voted the substitute motion.
to vote, you need a second on Mr.
And then-
Briscoe. Did you second?
I second.
So both of them have a second. We can vote on one and then vote on
Yeah, you need to
another.
vote on the
Vote on the
substitute.
substitute first?
Yes.
A roll call vote unless the substitute statute is break out on that statute.
Sure. Mr. Brister? Mr. Brown?
Yes.
Mr. Henderson? Ms. Jacobs?
We're voting on the substitute now?
Substitute.
But just to reduce it to 100.
Minus no.
I'm sorry, Mr. Brown? Yes, what we're voting on is the motion is to reduce the fee, the annual fee to $100 instead of the,
I thought it was $50.
No,
Yes.
that's
That's the
not
next
what
one.
you're voting on. You're voting on.
It's not the one you vote, but he made a substitute motion, you got to clear before you vote for that $50.
Okay.
the substitute motion.
Okay, Mr. Lockett,
Yes.
Mr. Sims.
No.
1, 2, 3, 4 no's have it, so Mr. Warren, you can vote, but you don't need to. So, there are 5 no's, so that failed. The motion to reduce it to $100 failed.
And I just went to reduce it to bill.
Yeah, now we did I need to vote, roll call vote on the second one, on the first, original one, $50, lowering it from 150 to 50.
All right. We'll roll call that. Mr. Brister.
No.
Mr. Brown.
No.
Mr. Henderson.
No.
Ms. Jacobs.
Yes.
Mr. Lockett.
No.
Mr. Sims.
No.
Mr. Warren.
No.
Motion fails.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman, for bringing this up before the board. Thank you for giving it consideration, and I hope that somewhere along the line in the future that we can come to a consensus agreement of doing something for the auctioneer. Because this board is supposed to protect the auctioneers.
Do a lot of people like call and complain about this fee, saying that it's too expensive?
No, as a matter of fact, even with this being on our agenda and with Mr. Burns' emails going out to everyone, not one person called the office regarding the fee change.
So what are you doing?
Or emails.